Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And let's continue the NBA Mount Rushmore series I've been doing, where I've been naming who I believe are the four best players in each decade, started with the 2010s. Today we're going to do the 1980s. I also did previous NBA Mount Rushmore videos, four best players in each franchise's history, four best players each position, NBA history. All these are in a playlist. You can check them out. But anyhow, in alphabetical order by last name, I decided to include Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Moses Malone. Maybe the toughest guy I had leaving off and really wanted to include him. Isaiah Thomas. I think what hurt is this is from the 79-80 to 88-89 season. That's what I consider the 1980s. And Thomas's second championship of his back-to-back and Finals MVP came in the 89-90 season, so that is not included. But a very tough omission. A few other honorable mentions include Bernard King, Michael Jordan, who of course did not play the entire decade of the 80s, Dr. J, Julius Erving, Alex English, George Gervin, and Kevin McHale, to name a few. But let's get more into the four I chose, starting with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Abdul-Jabbar played the whole 10 seasons of the decade with the Lakers, where he won 5 championships. But in the decade, he was named an All-Star all 10 seasons, won the MVP in the first year in the decade, 79-80. Also had MVP finishes of 3rd, 4th twice, 5th, and 10th twice. He made the All-NBA first team 4 times, All-NBA second team twice, made the All-Defensive first team twice, and All-Defensive team once. All-Defensive second team once. His averages are down a little bit because his last 3 seasons in the league, from 86, 87, 88, 89, his numbers declined a little bit, but still awesome numbers. In 787 games in the decade, Abdul-Jabbar posted averages of 20.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 2 blocks, while shooting 57.2% from the field, 74.3% from the charity stripe. So Abdul-Jabbar did average more than 20 points per game in each of the first 7 years in the decade, a high of 26.2 in 80-81. Led the league in blocks per game with 3.4 in 79-80. That was one of 5 seasons he had at least 2 blocks per game. First 2 seasons he averaged more double-digit rebounding totals. Actually averaged 4.5 assists in that 79-80 season. One of 5 seasons he averaged at least 3 assists. Every season other than the final season of his career, 88-89, Abdul-Jabbar shot over 50% from the field. So, I mean, if you take away the last 3 seasons of the decade, so the first 7 years, the averages go up to 23.4 points, 8.4 rebounds, 2.4 blocks. But as I mentioned, Abdul-Jabbar won 5 championships with the Lakers in the decade: 1980, 1982, 1985, 1987, 1988. He was named Finals MVP in 1985 for the decade. He played in 158 postseason games, averaged 21.4 points, 7.5 rebounds, 2.2 blocks, 53.6 shooting from the field. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the first member of my 1980s Mount Rushmore. Next, let's go with Larry Legend, Larry Bird. Rookie season was the first season of the decade, 79-80. Played all 10 years with the Boston Celtics. Unfortunately, last season limited to 6 games, back injury, which really affected his career, unfortunately, after that. But what a decade it was for Larry Bird. So he was named 3-time MVP, won 3 straight years, from 83-84 to 85-86. He also finished as runner-up 4 times, 3rd and 4th in the decade. That 4th place came in his rookie year, where, of course, he was Rookie of the Year, 79-80. Was an All-Star the first 9 seasons of the decade. Made the All-NBA first team the first 9 seasons, and made 3 All-Defensive second teams, even had a 3rd place Defensive Player of the Year finish in 82-83. But for the decade, Bird, 717 games, averaged points, 10.2 rebounds, 6.1 assists, 1.8 steals, 0.8 blocks, shot 50.3% from the field. Three-point shot wasn't prevalent back then, made 37.7% in 1.7 attempts per game. 88% from the free throw line. So Bird averaged more than 20 points each of the first 9 seasons, including a career-high 29.9 in 87-88. That was one of 3 seasons where he averaged more than 25 points per game. Each of the first 6 seasons of the decade averaged double-digit rebounding totals over first 9 seasons. Averaged 7.6 assists in 86-87. That was one of 5 seasons where he averaged more than 6 assists per game. Had 2 seasons of more than at least 2 steals per game, a season with over a block per game. Bird 3 times led the league in free throw percentage, and for the decade never shot less than 83.6%. Twice led the league in minutes per game. He had 5 seasons where he shot more than 50% from the field. Again, three-point shot was not prevalent in that day, but twice led the league in three-pointers made. Bird and the Celtics won 3 titles in the decade, 1981, 1984, and 1986. In the last 2, Bird was named Finals MVP. In the decade, Bird played in 145 playoff games, averaged 24.5 points, 10.7 rebounds, 6.4 assists, 1.9 steals. Larry Bird, the second member of the 1980s Mount Rushmore. Next, some consider him the GOAT point guard. That is Magic Johnson, whose rookie season was also 79-80, played all 10 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers, and in the decade, Johnson was named MVP in both 86-87 and 88-89. Also had MVP finishes of second, third, 4 times, 8th, and 11th. Was named an All-Star in 9 of the 10 seasons. Made the All-NBA first team 7 times, All-NBA second team once. For the decade, though, he posted averages of, in 716 games, 19.5 points, 7.4 rebounds, 11.2 assists, 2 steals, shooting 53% from the field, 83.4% from the free throw line. Johnson led the league in assists 4 times in the decade, including an incredible 13.1 in 83-84. Each of the last 7 seasons in the decade, he averaged double-digit assist totals. Twice led the league in steals, 80-81 and 81-82. Each of the first 5 seasons of the decade had more than 2 steals per game. Johnson had 3 seasons where he averaged more than 20 points and no less than 17.6 in any season. Led the league in free throw percentage in 88-89. 9.6 rebounds per game in 81-82. That was one of 3 seasons where he averaged more than 8. Had 6 seasons where he averaged more than 7. Johnson shot over 50% from the field every season but one. That was 87-88, where he shot 49.2%. You could tell by his averages that he was a nightly triple-double threat, and that was certainly the case, as in the decade he totaled 113 triple-doubles. Now, in the postseason, again, like Abdul-Jabbar, member of 5 championship-winning teams, 80, 82, 85, 87, 88, was named Finals MVP in 80, 82, and 87, and in the decade, Johnson played in 158 playoff games, averages 19 points, 7.7 rebounds, 12.4 assists, 2.1 steals, 51.8% from the field. Magic Johnson, a third member of the 1980s Mount Rushmore. And let's end with the chairman of the boards, Moses Malone, who actually played for 4 teams in the decade, but did most of his damage with the Rockets and 76ers, although he was a good player after that. But for the decade, again, with 4 different teams, Moses Malone won back-to-back MVPs in 81-82 and 82-83. Actually, last season in the 70s, 78-79, he also won MVP, but we're not including that. But also had MVP finishes of 3rd, 4th, 9th, and 10th 3 times in the decade. Was named an All-Star all 10 seasons. Made the All-NBA first team 3 times. All-NBA second team 3 times as well. All-Defensive first team once in the decade. But for the decade, Malone played in 778 games, posting averages of 24.5 points, 13.2 rebounds, 1.4 blocks, shooting just shy of 50% from the field, nearly 10 free throw attempts per game, 9.9, shooting 77.5% for 5 straight seasons from 80-81 to 84-85. Malone led the league in rebounding and averaged more than 11 rebounds per game in every season of the decade. Malone averaged a career-high 31.1 points in 81-82, the first of his MVP seasons, averaged more than 20 points every season of the decade, and at least over 24 in 5 of the seasons. Again, guy who just was dominant down low, led the league in free throw attempts 5 times in the decade. Malone also shot over 50% from the field each of the first 4 seasons in the decade, led the league in minutes per game in 81-82, won a championship with the Philadelphia 76ers in 1983 when he was named Finals MVP. But all in all, for the decade, Malone appeared in 75 playoff games, averages of 23.8 points, 13.6 rebounds, 1.6 blocks. Moses Malone, the 4th member of my 1980s Mount Rushmore. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. I'll probably go back to the 1950s, so got 3 more to go. Tomorrow I'll be doing the 1970s. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.